movie night. Every night at 2000 on the One Eye. Popcorn time.
I'll give you background on the story because I was there. Background on the story is we did some assessments on some schools, and we got done that, and we had just finished doing an assessment on a clinic, and decided to cut through these apartments on apparently what looked to be solid enough ground that we could drive on.
Excuse me.
But like a domino effect, every Hummer got stuck up to the doors and mud. I mean, I'm talking just, there was no hope that you were getting out. So we called under Bradley to help us. They pulled the first two vehicles out, no problem. They tried pulling my vehicle out, which is the last vehicle, and if they tried to pull it directly from the rear, we would have gotten out, no problem, because we only had one wheel stop. But they decided to pull us to the right, which in turn almost flipped me over in the turf. After they snapped our winch and our tow strap,
You said winch.
I said winch. How about I said winch? After we snapped that, the guy in the Bradley decided to throw the cable down that they had, but it was so short, you know. Whatever. As he threw it down, people were going to pick it up, and a shot rang out, and an army guy yelled that he was hit. And before I even knew it, I was looking at the rooftops through my turret to see if I could see somebody. Before I knew it, the fucking guy with half his head blown apart, being shoved in my vehicle. And the only thing I had to put on his wound was my gloves, because he didn't have a medical kit on him. I asked him, he said he didn't have one.
Those soldiers.
Those army guys, man.
Army of one, can't carry that back.
So they won if they're army. Square on the camera.
So, as I'm doing that, Fry rips open his high pack and grabs me a pressure dressing. And I just pretty much put the pressure dressing on top of the gloves, because I figured at that point the gloves are already screwed, they're already covered in blood. I don't want them back. So, as I'm putting it on, Fry's ready to try to get the Bradley to back up, drop its doors so we can throw him in there and get him back. So that, what seemed like forever, finally happened. But then it was determined that we couldn't stay in the vehicles anymore, we had to move. So there's still two Hummers stuck. So I take the 240 off the top of the truck, give my weapon to the Army Sergeant First Class, who's in charge. And he takes my weapon, he throws some smoke, and move in teams of two from vehicle to vehicle, cover to cover, in mud that's at least a foot deep, carrying a 240, which obviously, you know, is not like...
Why you dismount 240 anyway?
Yeah. It wasn't my call to dismount the 240. So we finally get to, after a whole shitload of covering fire, we get to behind the wall, which is kind of safety, but not really, because there's so many more buildings on the other side that all it took was somebody to come on that side and shoot us. But an RPG came in and almost hit a tank. At that point, an Army staff sergeant who was best friends with the guy who got shot in the head came over to me because he had shrapnel with a bullet in his right arm. So I cut his sleeve off, addressed his wound. They brought in some tanks, and we finally got the other two vehicles out. The whole incident took about 2 to 3 hours. We were stuck and pinned down behind the wall. At one point, I was stuck behind the wall with two interpreters, Fry with a shotgun, and me with someone else's 9mm, because the Sergeant First Class decided he was going to trip and fall coming into the cover and put my muzzle directly into the mud. So I had about an inch of mud in my barrel, and a 240 with 5 rounds in it because I didn't carry the ammo. So we did all the makings of a Black Hawk Down.
A Black Hawk Down, only not as cool and with no ammo.
Yeah. And we could have run back, according to Vinnie Jones, even though I think I would have died. Because I would have been running back at the 240.
Where were you?
Into me.
Chinese apartments.
What do you think, about a good mile away?
Not more than that.
Mile and a half away.
Yeah.
In a flak jacket, carrying a 240, running up a street. You tell me how long you think I would have made it.
With no ammo.
With no ammo.
Mine probably was Government Center run. Like 10 meters in front of my face. I'm in turret. 10 meters in front of my face, and an RPG went off. I thought it was an IED, but the government center Overwatch said it was an RPG.
And that was it the first one or second one? That was the second one. The first one they fired at Team.
Yeah, I wasn't with on that one.
Yeah, they fired two.
That one,
they both
had
came,
my asshole puckering.
They both came within about 10 to 15 meters of hitting us. Because we were, of course, CAG being the outstanding convoy operations group that we are not, decided that we were going to be the first ones down at the government center every morning. So we're the easiest ones to do. We were the first ones down there at the government center with it. They're like, who are these douchebags with the taxi sign in their vehicle? We might as well just shoot at them.
Alright, it's movie time, so you shut that off.